Alright, we're streaming. About to be live any second.
I'm nervous.
Why?
Nervous?
How come you genuinely care?
You're so stupid.
We'll just wait for a few seconds to get people watching.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't fucking pull up Audacity.
Hello, people of the internet. You're about to be your minds blown and your underpants torn apart.
What?
Come with us through space and time.
Man, where are we going?
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Shit. We're just waiting for a few seconds to get some people up.
Hey, whenever we get a viewer, we should all freak out like, we got a viewer!
Somebody's already watching.
Who's that?
Click Legacy Nation. Say,
Oh.
yo.
What's up, Jordan? What's up, boy?
It doesn't count if you know him.
Yeah, whatever, man. I love the guy. Love you, dude.
Can you hear us good,
Shut up.
Jordan?
No one gives a fuck, Jordan. Get away. I can't
What is
see
up,
shit.
Russell?
Yeah, I can't do it.
He said, "What's up, Stussy?"
What's up, bruh? What's up, bruh?
Here comes everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
All right, loud and clear. All right, cool.
Alright.
All right.
You want to begin?
Did we even
Hey,
see
what's
the
up?
topic?
I guess that's Dylan, Concho Valley.
Is that Dylan?
Yeah, he came up.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, what's up, Dylan? All right, y'all. Y'all can ask questions while we're talking. I'm gonna go ahead and start recording this podcast. Give me 1 second, then we'll start the show.
Who died and made him queen?
Your mom.
Damn, no, she alive. I seen it.
What's going on, Paraphilia? JP here with the Just Paranormal podcast.
What's up?
Roman is fucking chewing gum, drinking and slurping water.
Yeah, look at
Everything that you shouldn't do. Everything that you shouldn't
Stay cool, internet!
do. We have a guest tonight, Mr. Dan LaFave. He is the
everybody.
co-owner of a very haunted location that I don't think we should say the name of, right?
Yeah, and that right now.
But it's a cool haunted hotel that was
We
really
can't
old.
say, but if you see something appear,
It's in your
you
butt.
didn't see it.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
We're locating your butt.
In your butt.
Your butt, New Mexico.
Your butt in New Mexico. Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of hang out for a little while. Let's do a little podcast. You can ask us any questions you want for those watching live on YouTube and those not watching live. You can try to ask this question.
Yeah,
but it's
but we're not
gonna
gonna
work.
look. Yeah, we're not gonna watch it.
So
Well-
if you're wondering why the quality is off, it's because of course we brought a microphone with us, so we're not in the studio right now.
Correct.
But I had a question that I wanted to start the show off that I was thinking about earlier,
Begin.
and I was going to ask you guys, and then I was like, well, I'll wait till the podcast.
It's 47.
So, huh? So,
42.
okay, so this place right here tonight, like last night we were here,
Uh-huh.
and I told y'all this place like scares me.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not very often that a place scares me, but for some reason this place is like, it just gives me the creepy,
Uh-huh.
creepy feel.
Heebie-jeebies.
And I told you it would.
Yeah, and so you know that they say you're wired primitively to be scared of certain things. Like when you see a spider, you're wired, or when you see a snake, you're wired to be like, oh shit, no, like get away.
Yeah.
So why are people just naturally afraid of spirits? Like, why do you think that, like, we're hardwired that way?
I don't know. Maybe it's the vibe.
Well, it's not even that. It's because you just don't understand it.
That's
There's
exactly
not.
what I was
It's
gonna
the
say.
understand.
We don't understand it.
Anything that, as human beings, we're terrified of things we don't get.
So do you think that by, like, learning about these snakes and spiders and stuff, you're...
No, fuck them.
Less afraid of it?
you understand it, right? You
Things-
understand it, and you're still afraid of them.
Things that, I guess, it's a rational mind, you know, things that don't make sense.
I think
Things that are out past rationality, that's what gets us.
I'm going to do the Spielberg effect because you know how Spielberg makes his movies?
no.
And he...
Do you know him or something?
Have you seen Close Encounters of a Third Kind?
Yeah.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
the way...
what's that
What's that, yeah, what's
Huh?
that supposed
Yeah,
to
dude.
Because you love films, man. Okay,
Yeah, I was
so
30 when that came out.
no, Spielberg says that if you see something, it's more scary than not seeing it because the truth
Right.
is more scary than not the truth.
Mhm.
and
Well, that's true.
yeah. So
Now-
I think it's the vibes. For me, it's the vibe.
Do you think that, like, on a primitive level, like back in the day, obviously, because spirits aren't just something that popped up recently. They've had to be here
They've
since
been around forever.
Yeah.
since
Paranormal's
humans
been around.
right? Since humans have been alive,
Yeah.
they die. Something happens to whatever happens to them. So, do you think that there's a specific reason that we're like hardwired through evolution or something for us to like be scared? Do you think that something had happened maybe in the beginning?
I think television, first of all, I think has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
that's a
we
good point.
see scary movies. It freaks us out as kids. You know, there were movies that sent me under the covers.
Yeah,
People
Porn.
used to laugh at me. You know, now I love watching horror movies.
yeah,
I think it's the surprise element that human beings like. We just like being put into moments that we can't figure out. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I was thinking about that, and I was sitting there, and I was actually taking a dump while I was thinking about it. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like,
The theoretical
Philip,
shit.
You were in
The
the
thinker's
office.
pose. You were
yeah,
in the
yeah.
thinker's pose. That's
And I was
There's
sitting there,
some-
and I was thinking, why are we so afraid of this? Like, it honestly should it be something you should be afraid of? And even for us, like,
Right.
you know, I've been doing this since I was 14. That's going on almost 10 years,
Right.
or just about 10 years of doing this, and I'm still afraid of some places. Like this place, it's been a long time since I've had a scare. I've been scared.
You know what it is? It's just like when you guys arrived. Told you all the stories, all the experiences. One thing I told you was, you know, stories are just that till you have your own
Yeah,
It's true,
experience.
especially now.
And I mean, we're not going to tell everybody where we're at, you know, not yet anyway. But last night was crazy. And you remember it was dead for a while. There wasn't anything happening. And what did I say all evening? I said,
What's up, Elias?
I said when it starts, it's going to probably come pretty heavy.
yeah,
And I just think, just the paranormal in general. I mean, you can't. It's like putting apples to oranges to like snakes and spiders, because I think paranormal or ghosts is just a generalized fear, just because no one has physically proven it. You understand what I'm saying? At least snakes and spiders, there's people are like, you know, I like spiders, I like snakes. There's some people I just don't like spiders and snakes. We have all this information, but with paranormal, it's like a flip of a coin. You think you know this information. Obviously, we've been doing this for years, and we're still fucking scared.
yeah,
Here's an example.
You
We
just shoot on the table.
we you know, to this day, we really don't know exactly what ghosts are,
Yeah.
and we also assume that they're going to do the same things that we do as human beings. In other words, when we shut the door and lock it, we're like, I'm safe.
and you're not.
You're
Yeah,
not,
no, you're
yeah.
not.
because they don't necessarily come through the door.
I think that's what it
You
is.
know?
It's the factor that you're not safe.
It's
Yeah,
like
they
they're
can come through
human,
the
but then
wall
they're
if
not
they
at the
want.
same
Yeah,
time.
like with a snake, you can just go upstairs or go behind a barrier and you're good
Yeah.
to go. And same thing for a spider for the most part. But with the paranormal, you're like, man,
You really don't
yeah,
know.
You really don't know. You know, you could be sitting in your car, you could be sitting
Yeah.
in this room or wherever.
If they want to get you, they're going to get you.
Yeah.
With the
I mean, I guess that's a good explanation. I was wondering if y'all were thinking that maybe there's like not even a specific reason, but like, are we
Something hardwired in us.
Yeah, because like obviously like we're hardwired to fear certain things to not die,
Yeah.
basically. So I was wondering maybe we're hardwired because I don't know.
Maybe because media perceives it, you know? The way that
Yeah,
they
but I was
perceive it.
thinking if it was before that, like before even
Like it
media
evolved over
existed.
time.
Yeah.
Well, for instance, without giving the location away, your dream last night,
Yeah,
it was strange and
It was.
terrifying.
it was. We got to tell that story.
Or open and close door when you are doing your dirty business. Elias, what you do is on you, buddy.
Yeah. So last night. Last
Yeah,
night.
you're going to tell your story?
Yeah.
Also,
last night,
Yeah,
like
he's
last
gonna-
night, what part?
The dream?
the scream part.
Oh.
First of all, everybody, without giving the location away, he had a very eventful night
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah. And I don't really want to say what happened that like caused me to already, because I'm already like pretty scared for some reason in this place, and then something happened that made it even more like holy shit, this is the real deal. So last night there's two rooms kind of connected to each other. Like if you like in a hotel room, you know how there's some of those rooms where there's a door in between the two rooms. So I was sleeping on one side of the wall, in one bed, and John was on the other side.
Yeah, I was.
Well, John heard a noise. What you
Look, okay.
say? What you heard, and then I'll tell my part of it.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm on the side of the room where I'm close to the hallway, and I hear footsteps like walking down the hallway really slowly, and then they dissipate, and I'm like, you know what? Nah. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm going back to bed. This is like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I wake up again, maybe 10 minutes later, and then I hear like giggling of women, like just getting closer and closer to the door. I was like, you know what? Let me go grab JP.
Yeah.
So I get to our little, between our bedrooms, there's a doorway. I'm like, hey, JP. Nothing.
And keep in mind, the night before, my daughter didn't sleep, so I was like super tired. I didn't sleep on the car trip up here. It was a 6-hour road trip. I didn't sleep because I was driving, so I was tired.
He was tired.
Yeah.
Reluctantly, he was tired. I get it. So, like, JP, and these like women are getting closer. I'm like, So I get closer to him, and then like I touch him. I'm like, all right, JP. He still doesn't react, and then I'm like, all right, JP, and then this guy like flips out.
So I just roll over. I don't even remember what happened. I roll over and do the scream, Roman's.
That's my
Scream of the
impression.
century.
Like he was blaring.
Okay, so this is a 2-story building, right? I'm on the bottom floor. They're on the top floor. And I hear some thumping, right? And then 30 seconds later, I hear the scream. The famous scream that JP made. And I'm like, what in the world happened?
The scream heard round the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then like this guy's doing like backflips, front flips in his bed, and he's like,
Dude, I was like ready to kick John.
yeah, he had his leg straight on my face. I was like, bro, it's me. And then the one thing he asked me, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm like, yeah.
But it wasn't like that. He was like, dude, it's me. Because I could see John's face and he's freaking out. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just woke up from like the deepest state of consciousness I've ever had.
You were both
in
thinking
my
that
life.
each other were possessed.
Something.
Essentially.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, yeah, he's right. I was terrified. For one, I had these footsteps following me,
Yeah.
coming down the hallway, and then this guy's not reacting to me, and then he's starting to yell at me, and he's like about to kick me in the face. I'm like shaking, and then out of all, this motherfucker busts down the door.
Yeah, then he comes through the door after we're fucking.
So
freaked
after
out.
I hear the scream, I get up, and this is a very, very creepy looking area. It is completely dark. I'm walking around, and I eventually make it up to the stairway, and I'm looking down. My eyes are like down, right? I have walls on the side of my eyes because I don't want to see what's around me. And then I eventually find your door. And there are stories that people in the past who stayed at this place that their doors would wiggle, right?
Correct.
And so even though they were in a time of need, JP was, I decided, hey, let me screw with them still. You know? So I wiggled the doorknob.
And it was funny, when he was doing this, we just...
Yeah, we stopped.
They
stopped.
both went silent.
We just went
We're like,
silent.
What the fuck is that?
You're like, this is too much to digest right
They
now.
both then realized that they were on the same team.
Yeah. We're together then again.
Because before this, we're like, who the fuck are you?
This was their reaction. We're gonna die.
So I wiggle it, right? And then I open the door, and then I walk through, and then John comes around, and he's like, with like the most scared face. He's like, oh, Roman.
He's like, what's up, guys?
And I'm like, hey, what's up, guys?
you guys
But
okay?
here's the thing. Their door was locked.
Yeah,
their
like,
door was
our
locked.
door was locked, so there's like a little hinge on it, and for Roman to open it was like fucking terrifying to me and JP.
Yeah, there was a little
Okay.
hook, like a little hook lock.
Did you check it and see if it was still locked? Maybe
Well, see,
whatever
well-
it was that terrified you unlocked.
No, see, that's what we thought at first, but then we put the lock back on, and then we just pulled the
We
door and just
debunked
fell
And it
off.
does it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just pull it, and it comes.
Okay.
It comes off.
So maybe that's not the best thing.
Maybe we need
I'm
to
gonna go
fix
on
that.
Yelp.
Privacy.
Yeah, it was. I think that. So I've been woken up before out of a deep sleep, and I don't freak out like that. I don't know if it was because of where I was at, or if it was I was having a nightmare. I'm leaning more towards that I was having a nightmare, and he woke me up at the point of the nightmare that was just like fucking going off or something. I was getting lit in my dream.
Yeah, dude, he had just as much as a terrified face I had. He had a very fucking scared face.
Yeah.
I mean, he shrieked.
I know. I screamed like a little bitch.
It was great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And
it was
without
crazy.
going into detail, because we're not going to mention that, he had another very scary experience before that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes
So
sense
his
of what
energy
his reaction.
level was way up there.
But then we couldn't go to sleep.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do because Roman's like freaking out too because he's like, "What the
He's
fuck's
like-
going on?"
Yeah,
I went
then
up
he
a scary
he lays
hallway.
down next
Yeah.
to JP. He's like, "I'm not going downstairs. That's
not-
it. I ventured up. I'm not going back down."
Plain and simple. I'm not going back down.
Yeah, so I was still tired, so I said, "How about y'all two go lay in John's bed and I'll sleep here." And we tried that. Maybe 5 minutes goes by, and I couldn't go back. I couldn't go to sleep. Every time I'd close my eyes, I would see this image of an old woman that just looked deathly ill. And I kept thinking, I'm gonna open my eyes and she's gonna be standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, come to find out today, this morning, I'm looking at some old pictures in the hotel, and I saw who I think the old woman was I was seeing in my mind last night before going to bed. So that is
Yeah, it's
strange.
crazy.
I've never had anything like
No,
that.
it's-
happen. And I'm-
so-
by no means am I.
Yeah, the way you
sensitive
called
that
me
I
over
call
to
myself
that
sensitive.
picture, and you're like, "Who is this?" You know, it was creepy.
Yeah, I just like, I just when I saw her, I immediately got the chills because I knew that that's who I've seen. It just she looked like I used the expression she was zombified almost like.
Yeah, when you first saw the picture, you like stood still in shock. You were like,
Yeah.
like you
You're
were looking at the
stared at.
pictures, and then you were like, and like your face just went blank.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was weird. It just hit me all at once, and I got the chills. I was like, that's the woman that I feel like I saw last night. So then I was telling why I didn't sleep in the room because I kept seeing her, but she looked angry. So I was telling him I think that this was her room or something, and she doesn't want us in here.
Yeah,
that's
so
why
we decided to come back down.
we came
where we're at
downstairs
here.
and slept and right here.
Now this morning I get up. When we went to bed, they were all going to the bedrooms. But when I got up this morning, they were all on the couches. And I was like, "What?"
What happened?
We got through half of it, through half the night. What time did we come down?
It was like
4. It was
No,
like
dude.
4:15 or
no, because that's when the shit
no,
was
that
happening.
shit was happening.
Was
It
it?
was like when we decided to leave. It was like 4:30 because it was almost 5. And I
Oh
woke
yeah,
up.
4:37 was whenever I was in your room. Yeah.
It was late.
Yeah, I was late, and I remember just waking up 2 hours later, and I was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah.
My work schedule just got me trained.
Which
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why we're all a little sleepy today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I was going in and out of
15
sleep
minutes.
for the last 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
I was tired.
reviewing. Now I just see him.
Yeah,
And
so
what's-
it's been pretty crazy here.
And what's even better, get to do it again tonight.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
Oh yeah.
Damn. Is there like a? Never mind.
All right,
A
I'm going
Chuck E.
to.
Cheese for adults here.
I'm going to a strip club. Screw it.
Yeah, we were joking. Like we're just gonna go to strip clubs instead. Yeah, it's a scary place for some reason. It's just one of those. I can walk through a haunted hospital. Like there's a hospital called Yorktown in Yorktown, Texas, and it doesn't scare me. But for some reason, this place does, and I don't know what it is about it. I mean, I think that it could be possible that certain spirits interact with you in a certain way because you don't know. Maybe you look like somebody they knew. Maybe they just don't like you for some reason. Maybe
A lot of possibilities.
yeah, it could be like a reason why you feel a certain way in a certain location compared to other places.
If you put this location on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say?
In what aspect? Because
10 being your strongest hauntings.
yeah, I mean, I would put it at a 10. It's super
It's
haunted.
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right next
it's-
to what was
I-
that hospital?
Yoakum?
Yeah. No. The
Palestine?
Palestine.
Oh, Palestine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to
More.
admit,
Yeah,
you
but I
know,
wouldn't sleep in that one.
like I told you guys, I've been doing the paranormal 20 years. I've seen a lot of places. This place blows me away every time.
Yeah, I
It
think
really
that
does.
like how you said it sat for so long, and then all that energy was just building up, and then
It's
y'all
pinned
find
up in here.
yeah, exactly. Y'all finally got it, and then now it's just like ready to like let's play ball. You know?
Explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with it, and then also I think it's good that it is new, so not many teams have come in here, you know, so it's not overly,
Used.
I guess, yeah, is the right word,
And what most people don't
I guess.
get here is we're seasoned investigators, and we still have a hard time handling it.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the general public being able to handle
Oh
this
yeah.
kind of stuff.
That's what we need to do. We need to we need to come back up here and film and just get some. We can find some people that think they can handle it.
Pure reaction.
Lock them in here for a night.
That'd be
a cool YouTube
that's
series.
A cool yeah, I was about to say that's a cool series.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it after this.
Average investigation.
Average Joe ghost hunting.
I don't think they will last a night. Honestly.
You don't think so?
No.
we need to make them sign
the
something that says
public.
that they have to stay in it.
They have to, and they have
I wish we had money to give them like a cash reward if they did.
I know.
Because
we could give them like a $5 Starbucks gift card.
we'd be like, we're gonna give you this great reward. Well, what is it? We can't tell you till after you're done, and then it's like $5.
Here's a gift certificate. Whoa. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that'd be a cool idea. We just have to find people that would actually want to do it.
Yeah,
dude. There's a lot of people telling me, "Hey, I want to go on your ghost investigation."
When we get there,
it's like
they're gonna be scared.
Yeah, obviously. I'm like, oh, you're hard. That's cool.
What's a way we can make sure they have to stay in it? Give us some ideas for those listening. Like,
don't steal it.
Yeah, don't steal it though. But what if what could we do to make them where they have to stay?
Lock the front door.
That's a good point.
Chains.
Yeah, chains.
Like
the ones we feel like they're super.
Like they have to stay the night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how would you like this place? Would we have to drive them, or would they drive on their own?
Well, we'd probably have to drive them.
Yeah. Exactly, Dylan. Lock those asses inside.
Lock their ass in.
And if we think they're gonna make a run for it, just duct tape them to a chair.
Yeah.
Well, we do that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, JP
turned into like a police.
Oh, here's how you do it. You either stay here or you pay money to go buy a hotel.
There you go.
There you go. That's good enough.
Russell says, "Hell, if I had a way to be there, I'd do it. Never been to a haunted place. If people are willing, they would willingly do it for free and put the face in YouTube. Yeah,
you think so until you're there.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I'm willingly doing it, and I'm like,
it's terrifying.
Last night,
that's not what we're contemplating.
Last night we joked. We were like, why the fuck do we put ourselves in these situations?
No, it's funny because we were all laying down, and then JP's like, "Why do we do this to
ourselves?
Why
do we do this to ourselves?"
It was like quiet for a good couple minutes, and you're like, "Why do we do this to ourselves?"
We have the ability to film cool short films and funny shit.
Be home with our
we have the skill, but we decided to go put ourselves through this shit all the time.
Yeah, it's a passion, but
it's a passion. I mean, but it's pretty brutal. You know, we are seasoned, but shit, some nights are fucking unforgettable.
Yeah, and last night was one of those nights.
Yeah, because you fucking yelled at me, man.
Keith, be honest. What was your feeling when you were alone in here? What was your first thought?
Fuck. I was.
I am willing not to do this.
Frozen. Like frozen to like.
It was a weird.
I didn't want to walk around. I just wanted to stand against a wall.
I'm gonna force you to go anyways.
I just wanted to stand against a wall and not move and just like. So it's probably gonna be boring on the video because I'm just standing there. I try to move a little bit, but I don't want to walk up past any open doors. I wanted to
grab you.
Yeah, I wanted to stand there. I didn't want to look to my left and see something.
Were you looking down one area?
No, I would look around. I would try my best to look around.
It definitely, you could tell because his recordings weren't as deep.
Yeah, they weren't, right?
No.
Yeah.
That's why I got through them real quick.
I was almost asking the same questions over and over again. I couldn't think.
Are you here? Have you ever been here? Okay, next.
Where have you not been?
I couldn't think of good questions. Usually I'm pretty good about asking like personal questions to the spirits, but I couldn't think of anything personal because I was so worried about like fuck.
Well, we know for a fact, without saying what happened, when we got that walkie-talkie finally from you, we knew something was up.
Yeah.
You just had this sound.
Yeah, the first little go around I did yesterday, nothing happened, and then the second time is when some shit hit the fan. So
yeah, we all felt it when we went up there.
Yeah, you can feel the environment change. Yeah, I agree, Russell. Money. I wish we had the money to like be like, hey, give me $500 if you can let.
Hey, we have a GoFundMe, man.
We could offer the money because like we know they're not going to do it. You know what I mean? Like nobody's going to do that. Like we could actually offer the money.
What money? How much?
One thing we joked about.
$1,000.
What the? No, I'm not paying that. No, screw that. $5 gift card service. I'm sorry.
One thing we always joke about, guys, which we were talking about yesterday, is when most people watch paranormal videos, they're like, "That's not scary." It's because all our videos, their videos, our videos, all the serious paranormal investigators, we shoot in infrared. So a lot of that greenish tint that you guys see on the video,
we don't see that.
It's pitch black. You can put your hand right here, and you can't see it.
You can't see shit.
And most people don't understand that.
Yeah, and we were talking about it yesterday. Is that one thing y'all can't get from a video is the damn feeling.
Yes.
It's like, I can tell you,
Yeah.
man, dude, this feeling
Creepy
feels
ass
weird.
feeling.
I could constantly tell you, I'm feeling weird. I'm feeling weird. You're not going to feel it.
Yeah.
You know, and it definitely changes the pace. I know when Roman first went on his first investigation with us, he was like, oh shit. Now I'm like, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
he felt the thickness that you feel. You're like, oh shit.
But the good thing about like when you're investigating with a team somewhere is that you're with other people, so you feel a little better because you're experiencing stuff with other people.
No, yeah.
Being alone is you just feel
Whole nother
like
ball
a
game
lost
like that,
puppy. Like
And again, if we turned our infrared lights off while we were filming, it'd be like, bye. Where'd they go?
yeah, you wouldn't be able to
See how
anything.
dark it is.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I wish that like I enjoy investigating with other people too, not just because of the scary aspects, but
Yeah.
also like if I'm feeling something and then somebody else says I feel it too, it's just like
Yeah.
It kind of confirms it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
It's not just a creepy feel. It's more of like, oh shit, the feeling is there.
yeah,
Credibility too.
Yeah, exactly.
You all
So-
see something.
it's a crazy game we're in, man, but it's fun. It's fun. It's moments and memories we'll always have. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, trust me. In 10 years, I'm still not gonna let him live down that scream. That scream was
Oh
great.
no! I can't believe that happened. Like I
So-
still can't get over it.
At 4:20 last night, when everybody across the world was woken up,
That
that was him.
was me
He was
screaming.
blazing it.
420 blazes. Yeah. So what are you guys like thinking for tonight? What are y'all looking forward to?
Sleep and do you have NyQuil? No, man, I'm looking forward to honestly some activity. Because last night, whenever I was upstairs with y'all, I told John, I was like, man, I really want to hear those steps and those giggles.
We
But at
need
the same
to
time,
sleep up there.
yeah, at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to hear it.
It's like it's a double-edged sword. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, I want to, but when they start, fucking stop. It's like,
Yeah. Like just show me a little bit.
yeah,
and
just
leave.
and then go away.
Yeah. Don't.
just
They're creepy,
just
right?
tease me.
Yeah.
They come down the hallway.
They come down the hall, and
Yeah.
the hallway here's. It's not no short little hallway. It's a long fucking hallway.
Yeah.
It is
Like you
long.
hear the steps just. And just get closer and closer. And what made it so much more eerie is just women laughing. And I was like, holy shit. That's when I said, no way,
maybe
bro.
Maybe they saw your wiener and they were laughing.
Hey, probably. Hey, just so everyone knows, I'm a grown, not a shower.
I just want to put that out there.
They're laughing. They're like, we give you a discount.
Okay, so Elias asked, what is the worst thing that can happen to you when dealing with the paranormal? By personal means, being fucking scared of the living shit out of. But I've heard stories about people being possessed,
Yeah,
scratched.
the possession would probably be
Yeah,
the
the
worst,
worst
to deal
possible.
with, but I've never dealt with
But
anything
again,
like
yeah, I've never dealt with one. I've blacked out, but I've never.
When you see somebody change,
that.
it's creepy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen it to each other now. Me
Yeah.
and John.
Like,
I saw him change at Palestine Hospital, and last
then
time
I saw
me.
him change. And it's different. It's weird. Like I said, probably the worst thing that's probably happened is probably seeing each other change for me and JP because again we've been doing this for so many years. But like the most like common thing to happen is like, oh shit, somebody's watching me, or oh shit, I just heard that noise. I've never been scratched. You have been scratched when you're doing paranormal isolation. The what is it called? The trailer.
Oh, wait.
When you're in the shower, right? Didn't something scratch you?
No. So, no. In the first documentary I did.
Yeah.
No, it like rubbed to the back of my neck.
Oh, I thought it scratched you.
Yeah.
I could have sworn.
Hey,
you got
Jacqueline.
scratched.
The creepiest thing
What's up, you?
I've ever seen with the paranormal is somebody go through I call it a metamorphosis, where their face literally changes and their voice changes.
Yeah, that would be really hard to
It
handle.
freaks
Mine
you
changed
out.
last night.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean,
I would flip my shit.
That's basically the worst. Okay, so to be completely honest, Elias, on our ghost hunts and all this kind of stuff, honestly, they're boring because we're just sitting in the dark.
Usually,
Yeah, and we're just asking questions. And honestly, we never know what's happening until after we hear the recordings. And those exceptional occasions where we start hearing noises and things are starting to react to us, I mean, they're like fucking few and none to none, you know? So,
Wait, did y'all hear that?
Yes, I did.
Behind you.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like right now, we just heard some knocking.
Yeah.
He
brings up a good point, guys. We're broadcasting inside the haunted location, so anything can happen at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dylan,
just like
Dylan
Dylan said,
from
yeah.
Concho Valley. Yeah.
When someone happy as hell 1 minute, then changed, and then is pissed off, fuck the fuck off the next is a deep sign of scare.
Of change is what he meant to
Yeah.
But yeah.
And it's true. And it's true. Dude, Elias said heard the knocking.
Yeah, we heard it too.
I just heard a voice.
Really?
Is anyone back there?
You hear that?
Are you up here because we're talking about you? Can you make another knocking sound for me?
Dylan said he heard it too. Yeah, we hear things throughout the day and just while we're chilling and hanging out. So that definitely could happen during the
Elias,
podcast.
fuck no, nothing live.
What do you say? Ah, fuck nah.
He's like, fuck no, if something happens live, fuck no.
John's gonna levitate and like.
Yeah, just.
I would say call 911, but we can't give away the location.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, you just can't know.
No, just no. Don't help.
What's really cool about these small towns? This is a segue, by the way. What's really cool about the small towns is, like last night we went outside to go film something, and we looked up and you can see all the stars in the sky.
Yeah.
It's
And,
crazy.
I
I
Yeah.
want to go outside.
Yeah,
after we're
you
done
can't
here.
see that shit
Those city
where we're from.
lights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Now we're from.
talking about like that. What Dan? We've been talking for the last 2 days about ghosts.
Did
and
you hear
shit.
that?
What do you think of? What'd you
I
hear?
think I heard voices too, like a woman
Yeah. Hello?
over your voice or under your voice.
Hello? Is there a woman out there?
Jacqueline had a good question.
Yeah, Jacqueline.
Have
asked,
you ever had a ghost or evil spirit follow you home? For me personally, no, because I kind of do my own little ritual before I leave. Because I ain't dealing with that shit. You know, I'm a full-fledged Catholic. You know, it's kind of one of those religions where it allows you to be a ghost hunter because they believe in this shit, even though they don't upfrontly tell you that they do. But I never had anything. I do my little ritual before I leave. He's gonna see it before I leave. But I've had people that I know that have followed them back.
I have.
You know,
I've had it happen twice.
no, I don't deal with that.
You just have to be strong and basically say, go back. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I had something happen one time. The first investigation I went on was Yorktown, and I came home and I had about four or five instances.
You hear that? That was loud.
No, I didn't hear anything.
That sounded like footsteps going right up to the
Well, watch that curtain.
curtain there.
I know if it moves.
I had
There's
about
no draft, is there?
no.
No, but
So if it moves,
I had
two
about
loud footsteps.
4 or 5 instances that that I just knew that something had followed me home from there. And that's what I did. I said, "You're not allowed here, man. You got to go back."
Mhm.
But what I was going to ask you was, we haven't really discussed the alien UFO topic with you,
oh,
and I'm
wow.
sure you have a lot of stories or at least some
I
experience.
actually do. I've been out of the U.S. Air Force for quite a while, so I guess it's safe to talk about this one. I was stationed at a high security California base back in the 80s, and we used to shoot rockets into space. And I was security police, so we were responsible for all the security at the base.
You heard that?
Yeah, we just heard
I
another
heard
loud
that.
knock.
And what would happen is every time we were going to have a rocket launch, we would up the security, so we would cordon off a huge area. And this particular night, we got ready to launch, and a UFO appeared.
We just heard another loud knock.
Ooh, it just
Oh,
got
dude.
cold in here too.
Yeah.
It's starting to get cold.
And this UFO freaked everybody out. There were several witnesses. It's an Air Force, so you're not going to hear these stories.
Right? Yeah.
But every once in a while, you hear old Air Force officers come out, and they're like, "Yeah." Well, this thing basically set off alarms because it was like a few hundred feet out over the Pacific, right behind the rocket pad.
Mhm.
and they dispatched 2 F-16s to intercept it. And we saw the F-16s coming in, and we could hear the pilots talking on the radio. And right when the pilots basically made identification with the object, they tried to pursue it, and it took off straight up.
Really?
And
Whoa.
we saw the sucker go straight up into space. It was a clear
Dude,
sky.
we're not live. Oh yeah, we are.
And what's scary about that story is like this isn't just coming from a Joe Hickbob.
Joe Hickbob?
Joe Hickbob.
And Hick Joe Town.
You know that they always, those real case documentaries, they always seem to find the fucking worst.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
What do you say?
I heard a woman humming.
Yeah, this
Okay.
mic's really sensitive, so you actually might be able to hear things.
And the humming of the lights is because it's one of those fucking, what are these lights called?
Fluorescent.
Fluorescent lights. So it's like one of those. They had to install it to keep light in here.
I guess without giving a name away, I guess we could tell them what this place was. The B word?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. The reason why we hear a lot of women in here,
Moaning,
this
too.
place goes back to the 1800s, and it was what we call a brothel at one point, a bordello. So there's a lot of women that are
there
spotted
is.
in here, and a lot of voices and apparitions and everything.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. So
Yeah, but back on that story, it's like that. And they always seem to find the worst person to, like, interview. And yeah, one time I was standing on my lawn.
always find the
to
worst
the
person.
camera.
I just got done taking the wee on my lawn and
I don't have to take
And I
it
saw
away.
you a fool.
saw a UFO out there, man. That whole thing was, man.
It was over my outhouse.
I got broke.
They always seem to find the goofiest person to interview. So when you hear that it was from somebody that was,
Ex-military.
yeah,
especially.
that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So the military, and I'm not afraid to say it because it happened.
Yeah.
We don't know what
So
it
what
was.
was the protocol after that? Like, can you say that?
Hush hush at the time.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Shut up, Roman.
Hush hush.
Just
Yes,
hush,
yeah.
hush.
But that was years ago, and I've been out forever, so I don't mind saying it.
Yeah, you're not really giving many
It
details
happens.
either. Just
Yeah.
what you saw.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm on the edge of whether or not we've been. Obviously, I mean, you've seen that, so it's hard to argue with you because I trust you. But I don't know if we've actually been visited.
I'll be honest with you. In college, I took astronomy, and my professor actually worked for NASA.
Mhm.
And we really are a speck of dust in a huge,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
a
dude.
huge
Yeah.
environment, and I find it hard to believe that we're.
That's
the
why
only
I get
one.
so
Oh, yeah.
angry when people are like, aliens don't exist. I was like, you realize how insignificant we are?
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
know
I was
what
like,
they're
we're
saying.
so fucking little.
You know what
Yeah.
they're thinking whenever they say aliens: big eyes, big head.
Well, yeah, but
Goofy,
even
yeah.
then, I mean, like, and I get it. We're going back to the whole what makes paranormal so scary. It's
Right.
we don't understand it.
We don't understand.
We
what's out
don't
there.
know. Like, again, I could tell you right now, I'm a full-fledged believer that aliens exist. But again, that still terrifies me because I don't know.
Yeah.
So
It could be a.
You
Oh my
just
God.
scared
that
the
fucking
shit out of
scared
me.
me, dude.
That whistle came out of nowhere.
God.
That was Dan, by the way. It wasn't
Gosh.
anything paranormal.
Freaking alien walks through
Y'all
the
should
door.
have saw Roman's
It's an
face.
alien. It's not really a
You ever
paranormal.
find out they're not ghosts? They're
They're
aliens. We've been waiting for you. Oh, they're aliens the whole time. What if they are? That's how they're communicating
What
Oh,
the?
man.
through.
Hey,
I just heard a.
whoa! That was big time that time.
It was that.
Y'all heard that? That was
Yeah.
another woman.
Yeah, we just heard another woman really, really
All
loud.
right, things are going down.
And y'all are here, and y'all get to hear it live.
You see our reactions live.
Whoa.
These guys are getting ready to do their thing tonight too.
Yeah.
JP.
Fun
Rape and
stuff.
pillage.
Yeah,
So fucking
maybe Roman's gonna be doing that, but I don't plan on doing that. He's like Genghis Khan.
Conquer the world.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm just like on the edge of whether
Watch
or
it,
not we've
Kevin.
been visited because it's hard to say because like how you said we're such a small speck of dust and
Yeah.
we have to rely that they're almost at the same technological advancement as we are or way more. Been able
You
to
guys
travel.
probably saw in the news recently. They came out and they said they've been studying was like this. See, it was just on the news. Like they were talking about this 10-year study or something. And every once in a while, they put out these things where, in a way, they're almost like coming out trying to say they're not seeing anything. But at the same time, there's reports all over the place from people. And I've only seen things twice that really were very, very strange. You know, that incident and another incident. But again, what you were saying, these are credible people.
Yeah.
Most people giving these reports, and they're not out looking for these things. They just happen to see them. You know?
I heard that again.
Yeah.
What'd you hear?
What we heard last time.
So it's
It's your butt. The air's
I
full.
know, right?
I think they like our conversation. I think that's what
Maybe they want to come tell us what they think about
Maybe they've seen
extraterrestrial.
the aliens.
Yeah.
Maybe they have.
Maybe
Who knows?
interdimensional.
I mean, what is that one theory that everything's tied together? I can't.
String theory? No.
Kind of like a.
You said it with such confidence, and then you're like, I don't know.
you mean like a quantum physics type theory?
No, it's like it's like the paranormal. A buddy of mine always says it, paranormal field theory or something, and it's like everything's tied together: aliens, UFOs, ghosts,
Probing.
Bigfoot, all that stuff's tied together.
probing
Yeah, I mean,
butt.
that makes sense because the people who have claimed abduction are locked inside their homes, and then they claim these beings appear in their rooms out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder how are they doing it.
How they get there?
I was thinking, and I talked to somebody that has a little bit of knowledge about UFOs and aliens and stuff, and if they are visiting and they are really like abducting people and stuff, I heard that they actually have like deals with the government, like you're allowed to abduct this many people, and then I've heard on the other side that these abductions aren't really aliens; it is the government, and they're trying to create this false narrative
False solution.
that we're going to go to war with aliens when they invade us, and the reason why they're trying to do that is that way they can unify us under one political policy, under one religion, because you know what's the best unification method? A war, a fight. Like last night, me and John, we were separated by the wall, but when we heard Roman coming into the door, we were unified as one. Like we're about to fucking take on whatever this is together. So it's like the same thing, the same concept. And they're saying that's what this whole UFO and this alien thing is. It's really they're just prepping us, getting us ready, and that way we're easier to control. I don't know. That was a whole.
That's a good theory.
That was a whole documentary. I can't
I
remember what
wouldn't
it's
say
called.
anything's
Unacknowledged.
too far-fetched nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, everything's...
Dr. Stephen
Crap.
Greer.
Or the government is doing that to implement, chips to control us. Yeah. Now that's going far.
I
off.
mean, for years they claimed that remote viewing didn't exist, and now there's proof that the CIA was using it.
Yeah.
You guys know what
Yeah.
remote
Yeah.
viewing is. They're
Yeah.
doing that in the 60s.
Yeah, for those who don't know what remote viewing is, basically, I guess you would say like a psychic power,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to see what somebody else is seeing through their eyes somewhere else.
Projected image, basically.
Yeah, they were fucking with all that shit
Yeah,
back then.
it's
That's
proven that there was a program.
that the TV show Stranger Things is based off the Montauk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to this than they like to lead us on. Do you think that obviously we want to know because but like a lot of the majority of public wouldn't be able to handle.
I don't think they can even process it, dude.
So, do you think that it's better that they don't tell us certain things?
In a way, okay, this is the way I think of it. UFOs, if you look out through history, since the so-called Roswell, and everything carried on after that, they almost put it out in a humorous way. And I think they do that on purpose because they figure the more information they put
Right,
out in a humorous way, the less serious nature people are going to have with it.
Yeah.
And if you ever look at newscasts, that's a good example. Every time you see a newscast and you're talking about so-called UFO incident, there's a little serious nature to it and there's a little comedy
Yeah. It's a
mixed in
good
with
point.
it.
Good point.
So then people are basically sitting there, okay, we'll have a good laugh over it, but they never considered that this really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's better that we don't know.
Yeah.
Because
On a grand scale.
I can't even trust people with my personal secrets. How in the fuck am I supposed to trust them with, like, worldwide secrets.
But your secrets are so juicy.
I know, baby. No, but that's what I'm saying. Is like
Dirty
if they can't even like comprehend that of a small scale where it's like day-to-day based kind of shit. There's no way in hell everyone's gonna go into like mass shootings, which we don't need anymore. There's gonna go mass like suicides, mass like just gonna go chaos. I don't know. I'm all right. Our world's already chaotic enough. Like I don't.
So
I think
in turn,
I think it depends on how it's implemented. Like if we meet otherworldly creatures, like a small bunch, right? Rather than a big mass population, like that's obviously an invading conquer. Like if we saw a bunch of them come at one time, then I can see, and people.
now
freak
if it was
out.
supposed to be in like diplomatic ways, I understand it. Like
Yeah.
maybe like a representative, maybe because people are simple-minded and be like, oh, there's more of us than there's one of him. And
Yeah,
then
they
they'll
would
be
think
okay.
we're strong enough.
Yeah, we're strong enough. But I mean, I'm just saying, just to the fact, be like the government would come up to be like, aliens exist. They've invaded us so many times. People are gonna go lose their shit.
You're part alien, by the way.
Yeah, it's like
so in turn, I have a question for you because I know you personally, and you know you don't really trust the government, right?
yeah, nope.
So why do you, if you don't trust the government, why do you think they're trying to save us from the chaos?
Because what's the profit in them without a ruined society?
It's true.
Perfect answer.
They're
Perfect
slaves.
answer.
It's true. It's,
You know, you bring up a good
true.
point. There's another theory about so-called UFOs, aliens, that some people have thrown out that they're coming from the future, our own future,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
time travel.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
I'm
been
sure.
thrown
I'm
out
sure
That was
that,
me.
I'm sure that we're going to keep evolving, and these aliens that you're seeing.
that?
Yeah, I heard that.
That was definitely in the kitchen.
That came from there. You didn't hear that?
No,
That
I
was
didn't.
loud.
That we see these aliens with the big black eyes and the big head, but you know a lot of people say those are just droids. You know they're not even real.
Some people say they're helmets.
Yeah, that makes sense too. And
Humanoids. Almost.
and what if that's what we eventually turn into, like thousands of years down the road? That's what we turn into, and like what Dan said, they're coming back to study history. Like they don't have to open a book to study history.
That is a
Then
good
They
point.
can actually they have the technology to travel back in time to see the history in itself. Like that's like imagine if we were able to do that. Now that would be cool. You
Now
know?
imagine there's
So-
an Earth on the other side of the universe, and in order to go back in time, you have to go faster than the speed of light to go to that Earth.
Right.
Yeah,
And then you're
probably.
there back in time. Boom! Mind blown.
Boom. Yeah, like Dylan said, the ancient Egypts drew UFOs and pyramids 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
What if that's just us studying ancient Egypt in the year 90,000 something, you know? And then
Right.
Jackie, there's a lot of people that have been that have had those frightening experiences and are made to look like fools because the government denies them.
yeah,
You know, it makes sense because again, I don't trust the government for shit. But again, it's not profitable if nothing under me is working.
yeah.
Makes
Seems-
sense.
So
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, what if they know something we don't?
Obviously we
already
do.
from the future.
we're
Yeah.
That's
fucked.
a possibility.
I mean, and that was a good point that you said that it's just us from the future, and you know we're only going to get smarter. Our senses are only going to get better. So what if that weird figure that that people see aliens is just us evolved because we're so much better now? You know, like we heard some more
You didn't
movement.
hear that? That sounds like a woman.
Things are getting spicy.
Sounds like a woman say yeah or something.
She's like,
Or
yeah,
under
I've seen it.
All
Yeah.
I'm saying is, if an alien species comes to us, and usually in history, if the civilization that went to go visit another civilization and discover them, usually that civilization goes out, wiped out. So
Yeah.
if we get visited first, what that's pretty much what's going
And,
to
and
happen.
who knows? What if we visit somewhere first and we wipe them out
Yeah.
accidentally? We fucking give them
disease
these
or
something.
diseases or something, you know?
You bring up a good point. You remember a few years ago, every second day on the news, you saw something about the Mars colonists.
Yes. Yes.
The ones that basically have already said, I'm going.
Right.
It's a one-way trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But lately, the last 3 years, they haven't said anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it.
What happened to that program?
That is
Exactly.
a stupid idea.
They were
If
supposed
somebody
to go
wants
in,
to go to
what,
Mars, that
20,
is so dumb. You're gonna be so
20
bored.
something?
I think it was like 2025 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
it was
that's
pretty
only
close.
what? That's only like 7 years away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened to that?
I don't know. They probably couldn't raise the funding for it or something. Yeah. It's true. You did hear about that.
Yeah.
I had a little theory. What if we're from Mars, like us human species? You
I
know?
believe it.
And they,
It's logical thinking.
you know, yeah, they moved here from there because of something happening on their planet. You know?
It just makes you wonder. I mean, they were just gun ho about all that, and it just disappeared.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything about it.
Yeah, I wonder why. That's true. That's really, really true. I don't know. I wouldn't want to go to Mars. They said that they were psychologists were looking at it, and if you went to another planet, and then when the thought set in that holy shit, I'm on a different planet,
Can't come back.
yeah, you're just like fucked for the rest of your life psychologically.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean,
It makes
you
sense,
can't
but I
handle
don't.
that.
I think other people would handle it differently. You know,
oh yeah, I'm sure
like
some
some
people
people
will
are
handle it.
stronger mentally than others. Obviously.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people will handle it better, but think about that. Like, put yourself in those shoes. You
Oh,
land
yeah.
on Mars, and
Oh,
you
you
look
can't
and
see
you're
your
like,
family. You can't feel wind anymore. You know, natural wind.
I'm Mars. I'm not on Earth anymore. Like that is like the biggest man. That's insane.
You're like, where do I turn in my Earthlink card for a Martian?
Yeah, that is so freaking strange. Russell said we are going to destroy the Earth before that can happen. The way we're going, true.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
like the simulated universe
Yeah.
AI,
Mm-hmm.
where if
Overthinking.
a civilization
Yeah, no,
gets,
I mean, I like talking about this shit.
yeah, if a civilization gets smart enough, either they destroy themselves or they they self-destruct, or what's the other outcome? Do you remember what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about?
What, the simulation thing?
Yeah.
Like on a whole.
Yeah, like the whole there's two outcomes for a civilization. Either they get so intelligent enough to where they advance, or they self-destruct.
Oh yeah.
And those
right.
are the two.
There's always the same two outcomes.
Yeah, it's always the same. There's never the third outcome. It's always the same two. I can't think of the other outcome though.
Kevin said like I have bacteria in water killed the aliens in the War of the Worlds. I've never seen that movie.
Oh yeah, our bacteria killed them.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Simple organism.
Yeah, it was a scapegoat.
Jacqueline said the government, Uncle Sam, loves to tell us things halfway, then leave us guessing. Yeah, they like to toy with our emotions. That's for sure.
The government's just like a woman.
Pretty much.
They don't know what they want.
These women in this brothel over here, same thing.
They want your money.
They want to scare us and then they don't at the same
Whoa.
time.
Did y'all hear that?
What?
We just-
Maybe because
It's
we
pretty
talk about
loud, wasn't it?
Yeah.
women.
I mean, it's like active tonight.
Great.
You know why? It's because we're in here talking. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're not showing them attention.
Yeah.
They're like, come on, hey,
Women, right?
What about us? Yeah, women.
Is that the fridge?
I heard on my right, and the fridge is over here.
I'm hearing something
I
behind me.
think that's the refrigerator.
I think that was
Okay.
the fridge motor kicking
What
on.
is that? What is that noise? Every little sound. We're all freaking out.
What was that?
You'll
Yeah.
see dark hands come in here and grab us from the view. Just carry on with the broadcast.
Not that dark.
You know, it's the aliens. It's the aliens.
It was the aliens after I smoked my wood.
What do y'all think about like cryptozoology, Bigfoot? I mean, obviously there's species out there that
We haven't discovered.
yeah, but
obviously.
what about Bigfoot?
He was during the Ice Age.
I believe in it for sole reason. Now, I've never seen one, but I actually interviewed a lady in East Texas who did. And the way she described this story was, I forget where she lived. It was somewhere up in Northeast Texas.
Like Tyler.
But yeah, somewhere up in that area. She had a house, and if you guys have ever been up there, the way their houses are, you can literally walk like 60 feet where your yard is clear, and then right at the 60-foot line, there's the forest, and you walk 6 feet into the forest, you can't see anything.
Oh wow.
That's
That's
crazy.
how thick it is.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the way she described the story was she went out, she didn't have a dryer, so she had to hang her laundry out on the clothesline.
Right.
So she was going through a regular routine. She had a dog that was on a chain, and she was hanging up all her laundry, and her dog starts barking at something behind the clothesline. And she said it was around 6 o'clock. The sun was starting to go down, so you get that evening look. She kept doing what she was doing, and her dog just got louder and louder and louder, and she kept hearing strange noises. She couldn't figure out what it was. Eventually, she bends down. She was putting sheets up, which
Right.
block your view.
Yeah.
Eventually, she goes kind of like this, and there was two hairy legs 8 feet from her behind one of her
Oh my
sheets.
gosh.
Sounds like some fucking movie
And basically, she freaked.
Sounds like a hippie.
She freaked, and first she started to back up, and then she went like this, and by then, she said she saw it going into the woods at the end of her backyard.
Wow.
The reason why I believe her is I saw the look in her eyes while she was telling me the story. She was reliving it.
Hmm.
And you can tell when they're making these things up and when they're not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
She was freaked.
It's funny because it goes back to one of our first podcasts about talking, or one of our earlier videos about talking about how Bigfoot might be a species of alien.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Possibility, too. I mean,
there the other like races of Bigfoot was a Yeti in the snow. So like that's the brown version, that's the white version, and we're supposed to make T-shirts called Yetiism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yetiism.
there's
Kevin-
real quick. There's two reasons why I believe that it might exist. For one thing, it's nocturnal. Another thing is most people don't realize how much urban area versus wild area there is
Yeah.
in this country.
Yeah.
So it's really easy for them to get around.
Well, hell, even
When
in
you
the
think about
world, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, there's only what 7.5 billion of us. Right?
Mhm.
I say only,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of land out there, you know,
Yeah.
for
There is.
for unknown creatures to live in.
Kevin Roy said, "I think Bigfoot is a spirit the Native Americans conjured up."
Well, that's an interesting theory.
Yeah,
that
it
is.
is.
That's cool.
That is really
I
interesting.
mean, we really don't know.
Yeah.
You know, we
Um,
don't know what it is.
And then I've also heard that it's possible he's like an ethereal being almost. Like they have powers, and it's not just one; it's a bunch of them,
Yeah.
and they can jump between these dimensions or something. And I also heard that they believe they have this type of camouflage that's why they can only be seen when they're moving, but when they stand still, you can't see
Mhm.
them.
That's creepy.
So
Now, from the debate side of things, people are always claiming, okay, if Bigfoot exists, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it, how come we never found a body? Well, if they have human characteristics, they're probably going to bury their dead,
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, in some way.
yeah, it's true.
So just like we're buried in cemeteries, you don't see our bodies laying around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're
And,
doing.
and if they're able to travel, like if they do have these powers or something, and they're able to travel, and there are probably like 30 of them, and look at all the woods in the world, you know, and they,
Mhm.
you know, I don't know, that one's tough for me. I mean, I try to give more reasons why it's real.
So you think
just
they
because
travel in
I want to
packs?
believe it, but I really don't believe
You think
Bigfoot.
they travel in packs? They're pack hunters.
I don't know. If
I
they
always
are,
deem them as like being single, like
Yeah.
maybe one or two at most, but that's it.
Just like pairings.
Yeah.
if they are,
Yeah,
if they are real, I don't believe they're just regular animals or
Yeah.
creatures.
No, I think they have intelligence.
they have some
They have
type
some
of
intelligence.
no, for sure they have intelligence,
Yeah.
but they have some type of mystical.
See,
Prowess
that's where I kind of follow along the
They're able
lines with
to
that.
avoid.
Where they're like, as stupid as it sounds, I believe like with Bigfoot, anyways, that he's like a spiritual entity of nature. Like he comes out because he lives in nature, but when he disappears, it's because he disappeared into nature. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like more of a mystical being kind of thing.
Yeah.
If it is real, do you
Correct.
believe it?
I mean, I believe anything's possible. I don't necessarily say here's the hardcore facts of it, but I'm not saying that it's not true because I don't think nothing's not possible in this world.
Yeah.
Another thing I believe, and this might have something to do with the fact that we don't have that concrete evidence, most people stumble across Bigfoot by accident, and it usually shocks the heck out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And most people, wow, that was loud.
Yeah, there was another loud bang.
Most people are walking around going, yeah, if I saw Bigfoot, I'd go
Ooh,
after
you
it.
hear that one? That was like a bass thump.
Yeah.
It's like a thump.
Most people are like, yeah, I'd go after it if I saw it. But we really don't know how we would react.
Oh
If
yeah.
I saw that,
Because
I would
most
not.
of the time it's happened
Yeah.
by accident.
I would
And
not.
if you really see something that is 8 feet tall,
Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna be scared if you stumble
Yeah.
upon a black bear or a brown
yeah,
bear, right?
you're not.
You're gonna freak out. You're
Yeah.
going, oh my gosh, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine stumbling upon a creature that's 8 foot tall and hairy. You know,
Yes.
almost like gorilla-like, but
Yeah.
like on
Fucking
on-
huge.
You could
I
say
don't
they
know
can rip
too
your
many
limbs off and
people-
hit
Yeah.
you with it.
You don't know how fast it runs. You don't
Yeah.
know its strength.
Nah, dude, I'd be
Yeah.
terrified if I saw
Yeah, I don't know
Bigfoot.
too many people that would go straight towards something like
Yeah.
that.
Hey,
Yeah.
you.
You know.
Yeah, right.
Um, Jacqueline said she's heard that too. If those things travel from one ream to another, that explains why there haven't been bodies found. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, if they are interdimensional type beings or something, when they die, their bodies obviously something
That
comes
could
and
be.
takes them.
Yeah.
it's just like there's the one thing I have with everything that falls under the paranormal category, though it be cryptozoology, aliens, ghosts, anything fucking strange and out of the order.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is, people have good imaginations, obviously, but I think that the initial idea came from something true for the most part. You know, like think about this. Like, who could have thought of ghosts? Like, that is such a weird idea. Like,
Yeah.
like we can sit here and like make up a film. Like, we could, because we all do filming.
Yeah.
Right.
We could all like sit here and write a pretty cool script about
Yeah.
something. But I don't think it could be that. Like,
I see what you're
know
saying.
I'm
Something that can
Like,
be left imprinted for like generations.
Like you
Yeah.
draw, so like the way that you write a script is based off of real life, right?
right.
So you come up with creativity, but and that comes like the context.
Yeah.
What is that noise? Did you hear that?
This
Yeah.
is this
Oh,
these
Oh,
things are
okay.
clicking.
That's what it is.
the box.
Yeah, because the table keeps getting.
Okay. So like if you're creating a story, you base it off of things in real life, right? So I think that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can.
So
only,
how do they come up with ghosts without ghosts?
Yeah, like the idea of ghosts has been around
Yeah.
forever. You know, so like, it had to come from some type
Somewhere.
of truth.
Yeah.
You know,
Some source material, right?
yeah, it's weird. It doesn't make any sense.
Somebody coined a term somewhere along the way. I mean, we really don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We don't.
Somebody just one day was like, oh, I'll
Just
call
gave it a term.
ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like who gave that term? How did
Yeah.
the name come about?
Yeah, it's really
Robert
strange.
Ghostly.
Russell Anderson
That's
said, "If
sick.
you ever go hunting, you'll see an animal can and will show up out of nowhere." True.
Yeah.
Dylan said, "Would come to you if you got some jacklinks."
Feed your wild side.
Here's some jerky.
We just have to make fun of the Sasquatch.
Elias said that they thought pandas were a myth, part of cryptozoology, and then we found them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every myth comes from truth.
You know what? He's actually right. The whole idea of a black and white bear was never conceived. It was only either a black bear or a polar bear. And then when they actually found it in Asia, they're like, "Oh shit!" You know, panda bears
They
were
mixed.
just like panda bears were kind of like in the same kind of generalization of dragons. They're like an Asian mystic animal.
Wow.
Yeah, and when they discovered them, they were like, "Oh shit!" Like
Yeah.
they're real.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, and this is where, and thank you, Elias, for bringing that up, because I totally forgot about that, is that I believe anything's possible, it's just, we just haven't found it. It's like when people say, yeah, you know, or when they ask me, what's scarier, space or the oceans? I'm like, dude, the oceans. I was like, space, we've had a telescope that could tell us what's out there, you know, at least we could visually see it. This is home, and we have never been at the bottom.
Yeah.
So we have no idea what the fuck's down there.
Yeah.
Fucking Cthulhu could be real.
For real. Honestly.
Yeah, our oceans are undiscovered.
It's
That's
like,
funny.
and that's home. That's Earth. We go to the Gulf of Mexico. It's connected to an ocean. And I'm sure we haven't even been down there.
Oh, they that's where actually one of the biggest fault lines lays in the Gulf of Mexico. That's do you know
It's deep.
Yeah, it's really deep.
it's one of
It's
the
the
deepest
size.
parts
It's
of the earth.
larger than Mount. There's a mountain under there larger
And
than
look at
Mount
Mount
Everest.
Everest.
Yes.
Exactly my point. And we're already dying going on Mount Everest.
Yeah.
So we need to go down there and die.
Jacqueline said, "I have heard that most Bigfoot cases, UFOs have been in the seam also. That could be associated." Yeah.
I'm telling
That
you,
goes
dude,
along with
like
the idea that
aliens
That's
being
very true. Yeah.
a Bigfoot being
What
an
if they're-
alien race.
What if Bigfoot are like an alien race's pet, and they just come down here to shit?
Oh.
It's like we'll pick
so
you
what
up.
you're saying is UFO lands, they open the door, their pet runs out for a little while.
Yeah, and they
scares
just
some
shit.
campers,
Yeah.
comes back.
Give some beef jerky and then run away.
and then the alien's like, get over here. Oh, you know what I was thinking? What if Sasquatch is really aliens investigating on humans?
Yeah,
be.
That's,
Could be.
That's
That's like
anything's feasible.
they're like let's disguise ourselves as an animal, right? Because
And
animals
that's
are
the best they can come up with.
yeah. I don't know a humanoid animal.
So yeah, this works.
This works. Hairy human. With,
Hairy human.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
that
know.
big feet are actually
There you
like,
go.
they're
Elias
dominant.
said,
What?
the Mariana Trench is what's in Galveston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what if Bigfoot are actually the like native to this world, and every other animal are the ones that aliens drop off for us to spy on us, like dogs and
Ooh.
cats.
That'd be fucking crazy.
Like, I mean, obviously they won't make something that wouldn't not fit in.
Yeah.
And obviously, Bigfoot can't even fucking see us if we can't see them.
We're
And
going
what's
down
the
the rabbit
I
hole.
don't know
with
because
the
we
motherfucker.
discovered,
Bro,
we
dude.
discovered new creatures under the sea.
yeah, all the time, like
Every
that
year.
pig with
Oh, yeah.
wings
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
There's some
underwater.
weird shit, man. There's some weird shit under there.
and they find creatures that live way below the
What they expected.
daylight. You know.
Yeah.
than
Yeah, where
the
light
sun's
can even
rays.
reach.
Yeah, and they're like, how does a creature live this far down? You know.
I mean, the way you think about it, and that's you bring up a good point, is how can you say something does not exist? Because you almost need as much proof to say it doesn't exist.
Doesn't
Yeah.
exist
It
as
doesn't
much
say
as
it
it
exists,
exists. Yeah.
You know?
But it's just like how you said that factor of people can just laugh you off.
Yeah.
You believe in aliens, that's goofy. Huh, you believe in ghosts, that's goofy. The ones that crack me up the most, and we talked about this, Nick,
Yes.
was the ones where you say, oh, you don't believe in ghosts? Well, why don't you come up inside this haunted hotel and sit up there in that dark hallway for a little while? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. It's a waste of time.
Yeah,
Or
why
they're
not?
scared
There's
out of
nothing
their
there,
fucking
man.
mind. They're scared out of their fucking
Now,
mind.
another good point is a person could have the best UFO experience, capture it on video, put it on YouTube, and how many people are going to believe it?
Hell no. It was like, and we were just talking about that when they were like that real video, that alien interview. And we're like, what if we were actually viewing a live alien, but
Yeah.
we're so like trained to believe, oh no, that's fake.
Yeah.
Like,
missing
fucking no.
the
Yeah, we're
greatest
missing the
program.
greatest.
We're programmed to
Oh.
disbelieve,
Yeah.
basically, or immediatally start poking fun at.
Yeah, it's true.
You
Which
know,
we
but
did.
It
Yeah, we
might-
did.
We made a parody.
Yeah.
Ah, you idiot.
I don't
It's
know.
true though.
There's-
It's true. They programmed us to.
I mean,
to
we could be
disbelieved.
looking at very authentic footage from somebody,
Yeah.
but because of all the fake stuff out there,
Yeah. You
know,
have
I
to
mean,
say it's
I
fake.
mean, people are
because
doing
it's too
all
good
this
to be true.
CGI fake video stuff, you know,
Yeah.
which is ruining it for the good stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
it's true.
Elias said, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. It's
Yeah, it's
George
quote.
Carlin.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, don't give Elias too much credit for making that one up.
No.
It's
No, I
Calamity
saw it
Man.
was a quote. I just couldn't read it.
Yeah, so we're gonna investigate here tonight and see what we catch, and hopefully we get some good stuff. I hope y'all enjoyed this little show. There was really no specific topic, just kind
We
of
just shot the shit.
Just overall
Shot the
paranormal.
yeah, pretty much. So we're gonna leave y'all with that. Jacqueline said that's possible, but no one can find a body anywhere. There's so many hunters out there. Someone should have found a body. Well,
What
hopefully
about
one day.
Antarctica? You know.
Oh, don't get me
Don't
started.
get me
on that.
started
yeah,
on that shit.
I know, but
I'm
like
not
we're not
going.
allowed to go there. Exactly.
Not allowed to go there. There's a lot of fucking
There's
weird
a
things about
Antarctica is as much of a mystery to us as
Yeah.
the ocean
It's
is.
a big place too.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, if you look on the globe, it looks small,
It's
but in
huge.
reality, it's huge.
What drives me nuts is they don't let people fly over it, and they don't want people to, because to protect them, obviously, because your fuel supply is not going to last. You're going to die out there. But I should be able to choose whether or not I want to
Die?
Right? Yeah. So
Mainly
it's kinda
because no
frustrating.
single country owns it, right? If
There's
is that
several
true?
bases there.
There's bases there,
Several.
but it's not like they own the
Yeah.
land, the whole
They
continent.
don't.
Yeah.
Nobody claims.
Some people say that it's the entrance to Hollow Earth.
See, and that don't stop. Stop.
That's for another topic. Another
Holy
day.
shit. We'll be here for hours.
We will be, man. We will.
If you like these theories, guys, and you like what we talk about, please go watch our podcast. And a lot of our shit that we talk about, we shoot the shit there too.
This
and-
is our podcast. Aliens, they're tired of us talking about it.
I don't know.
Um,
it's still
Go
It's not doing
listen
video
to
yet,
our.
is it?
Oh, it's offline again.
live.
All right, go
Aliens.
listen to us. We don't know what's going on. All right,
We
go
didn't
listen to
die.
us on
First didn't get
our.
us.
You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on any major podcasting outlet. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for those watching. You guys are awesome. Jacqueline said, "Love you guys. Love you too.
Love
Thanks
you
for
back.
supporting us. Y'all are awesome. Peace out."
Stay weird.
Amen to that, dude.